Taking you guys through the full body routine. Every single time I don't have time, this is the routine I'm gonna do every time. There'll be pushing movements, there'll be pulling movements, we're gonna hit some legs obviously. But with that said, the first thing we're gonna hop into is warm-up. We do jumping jack. It's gonna be a follow along routine, so hey, let's run it. Alright, so next up is going to be simple warm-ups. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, so just shoulder rotations. Do about like 10. And go the other way, anti-clockwise. Now, I do really like the full body split because I feel like it's very, very effective. So that's 10. Next up would then be, I think these should be called active hugs. And I can't lie, I love the name of that as well. I have ran the full body split, especially like this week. I've barely had time to do a lot. We've done those 3 movements. If you have access to a band, that would be great. If you don't have access to a band, both those 2 movements should be fine. I would say like these as well for your wrist, because while doing push-ups, you're gonna realize that your wrist might hurt a little bit. You would have to get parallettes. I'm gonna show you what parallettes look like, or you might have to get like wristbands. But either of those things is not relevant if you actually just warm up your wrist with these drills. All right, resistance band, if you have access to one, definitely a very, very good investment. I can't lie, one of the best things I would say. So if you have access to this, you can just do shoulder dislocates. 10 to 12 rep range should get you right. Another one could be this, As I said, if you have no access to a band, skip all of these steps. Just because I know that most of you are not gonna have access to a band, I wouldn't really spend time on these. These are what parallettes actually look like, in case you were wondering. So we're also gonna be warming up our shoulders for pull-ups. Warm-ups are so essential. You don't want any injury, because your injury would pretty much affect every single thing that's going on in your life. It's gonna affect your work, it's gonna make you feel miserable, it's gonna affect your confidence, and it's just gonna make fitness way, way harder. So the reason why I always plug warm-ups at the start of the video is because it is essential you please do warm-ups. The active hugs, the shoulder dislocates, those should be okay for you. Then this are called scapular pull-ups. So this, you should try and do around like 10. If you can't actually do a pull-up, that's gonna actually start building your strength for a pull-up. So it is a good warm-up, and it's also like a foundation builder. All right, so we're gonna start with squats simply because it's the easiest to skip. I'll typically do jumping squats. So, alright, immediately after, I'm trying to conserve time. Honestly, as much as you possibly can. I think you should you're gonna genuinely start feeling a burn, if I'm gonna be honest. So, alright, I think I can do like 5 more. What you should do to your own limit, I would say like after the jumping squat, you should be able to do around like 10 squats. If you don't have access to a commercial gym, this workout is T. Okay, so immediately after the squats, we then hop into pull-ups. Now I personally use my door for pull-ups. However, if you're not comfortable using your door for pull-ups, I'm gonna be showing you an alternative. And it's going to be body weight rows, but personally, and the pull-up, we have a very beautiful connection. And the pull-up really is a supreme compound movement. And one thing I would say is the reason why the full body workout is structured in this such a way is for you to minimize time, and also for you to also focus on compound movements. And compound movements would give you pretty much 80% of the results. So if you can just stick to like even one set of the squats, the pull-ups, the push-ups, let's say a little bit of core if you're trying to train core. If you can just do even just only one set every single day, you're gonna be guaranteed results. So no time wasted, let's go into the pull-ups. All the way up, all the way down. Coming up. Let's see if I go one more. Nope. I couldn't even pull myself up. Something that's very important when you're training is making sure you're training to failure. That is so important. I cannot flog that enough, because if you're not training to failure, or at least close to failure, your muscles won't grow. Depending on what you actually are training for, if you want to lose fat, lose weight, whatever, really, train to failure, or at least close to failure. When you think you can't do any more reps, try and add like 2 to 3 more. You probably have 2 to 3 more. That's close to failure. You don't want to use a door, do a pull-up at all. I'll show you to do these. These are called rows, and I think you can trust more of your dining table. So if you have a dining table that's sturdy enough, simple. So hold the dining table, brace your back, and come up, come down. You can go for as many reps as possible. I would recommend you going for around like 8, so your muscles can grow. I can't lie, I did feel a little bit exhausted. I think the pull-ups I did earlier, I can tell that it's still kind of weighing on me, to be honest. Next up is push-ups. I'd recommend you training your upper chest. That would make your chest have a fuller look, and what we're trying to do with this workout is maximize efficiency. Decline push-ups would be like this, controlling it, exploding up, controlling it, exploding up. You're gonna feel it very much on your upper chest. Or you time it, explode up. It pretty much feels like as if you're training this stuff with weights. Now I'm approaching close to failure, and as I said, you can probably do 2 to 3 more reps. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so it's okay if you actually can't do a decline push-up. I'll show you one that you can do if you find that quite difficult, especially if you're starting off. So these are way easier. If you find out that both of them actually is a pain, decline is hard, incline is hard, I'll tell you to do these instead. Just go down and you come back up. Go down, come back up. The goal would be to build enough strength from your knee push-ups that you can then do incline, then you can then do decline. But the reason why I prefer decline is because the upper chest, like if you see my upper chest right now, I low-key have a pump. It's gonna make your chest have that fuller look and aesthetic look. And now the last one I would then say, because obviously I'll just say like, I typically don't train my core. I'm gonna call out myself, I'm gonna be honest. But for you, if your goal is to try and get a very strong core, strong abs, you should do a sit-up. Just hook your legs under something that's sturdy enough, and you should be fine. Then I think you can do as many of these as you can. Four, one more. Full-length progressive overload, we know we can do 3 more. Yep. See? And one more. I also forgot to mention is the rest. So depending on you and how fast you want to go through the whole thing, so the squats, the pull-ups, or the rows if that's what you want. And we're gonna go into push-ups, then we're going to go into one more RDL, then we can repeat the circuit. So that for me is one round. We can repeat the round again. Between these exercises, you can take 1 to 2 minutes rest. If you feel like you don't have time at all, you can just, from this one, just go into the next, go into the next, go into the next. When you're doing it like that, that's called a superset. So just superset every single thing and just go at one round. But most likely, if you don't train at all, I feel like that would be a lot for you. So I would advise like a 1 to 2 minutes rest in between. If you feel like you need more, go ahead. Just make sure you just try and complete one circuit. So when you do just one round, I think that should be enough. If you can do that every single day, you're cool. 2 rounds or 3 rounds, you're golden. Depending on how your schedule is like, I would recommend you doing this, so minimum 3 to 4 times a week. If you can couple in walking 5 to 10K steps every single day, that would be also good for you, especially if you're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to gain weight, that's an entirely different story. I entirely want to do this part, but I feel like something that you also have to lock in on if you actually want to start seeing your body change and improve in 2026 is your diet. So I wanted to just briefly show you guys. So typically I would have mince meats. Something I struggled with when I first started the whole fitness thing was what to eat. I would tell you mince meat, especially when you know you're short on time, and chicken breast. It's 80% protein. 80! Meat is quite easy to make. My only problem with mince meat is it has a little bit too much fat. So if you can find a way on how to get like a lean version, cool. And I also got tired of eating mainly chicken breast. So what I do is I would blend my chicken breast and make it like in a mincemeat version. So this is what my blended chicken, I don't know if you can see that. So this is what my blended chicken breast looks like. Obviously, you know what eggs are supposed to look like. Now, the reason why I'm actually showing you guys this stuff is because I believe that like you even watching the video means that to some degree, you really want to improve yourself. So with that said, like I'm just like, let me just give extra game. The food sources I'm actually making mention of, they have a lot of protein, especially your chicken breast. If something I also recommend would be tuna. And the reason why I like tuna is because if you're someone who actually likes not cooking and you're okay with fish, oof. And these food sources are very easy to prepare. If you want me to drop a what I eat in a day video, let me know down in the comments. If you're a guy who finds it quite difficult to build muscle and you've tried every single thing to lose weight, to build muscle and to get that aesthetic looking physique, I will tell you book a call with the link. I'd love to hear it from you. That's pretty much the routine I'll tell you to implement and like and subscribe.